Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning for me, probably not for you. Welcome to Smart Live Class Wednesday. The first class today is with me. My name is Mark Roberts. I am your teacher. Welcome. Later today, Sean will be doing a class. We just bought a new, new equipment, and let me give you my notes here. We just bought some new equipment, and this, this might be a new word for you, but we bought a really nice computer and some new internet equipment. So our video today should be really clear and really good sound. So if we have some problems, sorry about that. We're testing new equipment. Anyways, welcome. A lot of the students that watch the Smart Live class are in our Facebook group. So Learn English on Facebook. And last week, I wasn't sure what to teach or what to talk about. I didn't know what did I want, what to discuss in my class. So I asked the group, Learn English on Facebook. And they told me today they would like to study the passive voice. And that was number one. Number two was gerunds. So yeah, so next week, next Wednesday, we will study gerunds. But today we're going to study the passive voice. Now, if you are a low level student, this is important. If you are a medium level student, this is important. And if you are a high level student, this is important. And all students in our school, the Canadian College of English Language, where Sean and I work, all our students have problems with the passive voice. The high students, the medium students, the low students, they all have problems with the passive voice. So I think today's class is really going to be really useful for you. Now, today we're going to do a lot of exercises. We're going to do a lot of practice. So it's really important that you watch this video in HD, if you can, okay? Of course, probably not a good idea to watch it on HD if you are outside. But if you're using Wi-Fi, then try to use HD because sometimes people say it's not clear. The exercises are not clear. They can't see clearly. Well, turn on HD, okay? Turn on HD if you can. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to talk first a little bit about the present passive, but don't worry about the time. We're going to focus on first, what is the passive? What is the passive? Well, here is an example sentence. This sentence is in the passive. You can see here, this guy, what is he doing? What is he doing? Well, he's fixing the dishwasher. He's fixing the dishwasher. And you can see here the sentence, our broken dishwasher is finally being fixed. This sentence is in the passive voice. Okay, and what does that mean? Well, let's talk about what that means. Okay. Now, I always tell my students that in English or any language, when you're thinking about verbs or actions, okay, the doer of the verb is the agent. The doer. What is a doer? What is the doer of the verb? Okay. So right now I am teaching, right? I am teaching. What is Mark's action? Mark's action is teach. So who is the doer? Who is the doer? I mean, who is the teacher, right? Well, Mark. Mark is the teacher, right? So in this sentence, Mark is the agent. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this word agent. A lot of students and a lot of teachers actually call this the subject. And that's a little bit true, but sometimes it's not true. So when we talk about the passive voice, I'm not going to say subject, okay? I'm going to say agent, okay? And I will remind you later. But yeah, the agent is the doer. So here, Mark is the subject, but today we're going to use the word agent. Okay, Mark is the agent of the action, teach. Let's look at another example. Let's say like Joe drives a taxi. Joe drives a taxi. Now, in this sentence, who or what is the doer? Okay, well, doer. Well, what's the verb? The verb is drive, right? So who is the driver? Of course, Joe, right? So in this sentence, Joe is the agent, right? So let's look at some more examples of what, what is an agent? Okay, so here the man, whoops, that's a new computer, so a new problem. The man is playing the guitar. Of course, play is the verb and the man is the agent, okay? Birds fly in the sky. Of course, fly is the verb and birds is the agent. And finally, those shoes cost a lot of money. What is the verb? Cost. What is the agent? Those shoes. Okay? So right now, I know it's super easy, okay? Selma right now is rolling her eyes. Do you guys know that expression? Selma is rolling her eyes, okay? That means like it's, this is easy or this is stupid or something. I know this is easy right now, but trust me, this will get more difficult. So does everybody understand what is the verb? What is the agent? Let's look at the comments, guys. Now remember, ask me questions in the comments. If you're using a phone or an iPad, you should open this stream in the YouTube app. Don't watch this in the Facebook app. Watch it in the YouTube app. Just open YouTube and type Smart English. Smart English. Okay? Rosa, do we pay attention to the object or no? Okay. Well, Rosa, that's a little bit later. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Okay, thank you for the question. Selma says, no, I wasn't. Really? Okay, Selma. So guys, again, oh, Paul's here, good. Hey guys, Majda-san, Majda-san. Okay, you're new, welcome. Nice to see you there. Lots of people I recognize, Mitchell. Mitchell, what's your name? Because Mitchell in English is a like usually a men's name, right? Is your name Paola? Because I've seen you in our Facebook group, right? Anyways, let's continue. And if you guys have any questions, please type them in the chat and Zach or Lane will pass them to me. Okay. When we in English grammar, when we put the agent in the position of the subject, this is called the active voice, okay? So what does that mean? Well, this is called the active voice. Selma, okay, I'll use Selma as an example. Selma is the doer. Okay, she's the doer. The doer of what action? What is her action? What is the verb? Well, roll. Okay, roll, right? So in this action, in this sentence, Selma is the doer. She is the agent, okay? She is the agent. So we'll just say roller, right? She is the roller, right? Of course, that's kind of strange English. We don't talk like this usually, right? Now, the agent is here. The agent of the verb is here. And usually the first word is the subject of the sentence, right? Usually it's the first word is the subject. So, if the agent is the subject of the sentence, okay, this is called active voice, okay? Now, usually you guys, and usually actually me or Zach or everybody, usually we use the active voice. Normal English is called active voice. Example, I love you. This is the active voice. Who is the doer? I, right? And here, I is the first word. So the agent, I, is the subject. So this is called active voice. This is not really, it's not really important information. Don't worry about the names, subject or agent or active voice. Don't worry about that. Okay, we have some questions. Let's see. Okay, you guys, a lot of you guys are asking me questions that we'll talk about later. You guys are asking me questions about when do we use passive or when do we use by. Don't worry about that right now. You have to listen to this stuff first. Because if you don't listen to this stuff now, you will not understand later. Okay? So, yeah, the agent. The doer is, yes, Paula, the doer is who is doing, the doer, or we call this the agent, is doing the verb or doing the action. You're right, Mitchell or Paula. Please type your name. What do you want me to call you? Paula or Mitchell? Okay. Welcome, Romesa or Romaisa. Rosa, when do we use the passive voice? Rosa, relax. I will tell you. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So we talked about the doer, the agent. Okay. So here, substitute teacher is teaching my students. A substitute teacher is teaching. Okay. A substitute teacher is teaching my students. Okay. What is a substitute teacher? Well, a substitute, you guys, you know, in soccer, you know, the best players, they start the game, but maybe after 1 hour, maybe they get tired and they put another player in. That's called a substitute. So sometimes the teacher is sick, right? And so a different teacher will come and teach the class. That's called a substitute teacher. So a substitute teacher is teaching my students. Okay, in this sentence, who is the doer? What is the doer? Well, the doer is substitute teacher. What is the action? Teach, right? So who is teaching? Who is doing the action teaching? Right? Who is the agent, the doer? Well, right here, right? This is the doer. So a substitute teacher is the agent, the doer. Okay? Now, the agent is the first part of the sentence. So this is called active voice. Okay, but what is this word here? Or what is this word here? What is the, not the doer, not the doer of the action, but the receiver, right? What is the receiver of the action, right? Well, the receiver of the action is my students. Okay, so we've talked about the doer of the action is substitute teacher. We'll just write teacher. And the receiver of the action is my students. Now, doer is called the agent. Receiver, what is this called? Well, this is called the object. Okay? So, let's look at some more examples of what is a doer and what is a receiver. Now, a lot of students do not understand receiver. Okay, well, let's look at an example. All right. Mark. What's this action? Take off. So, Mark took off his hat. His hat. Okay, let's write that. Mark took off his hat. Okay, here, what is the action? The action is take off. Okay, who is the doer of the action? Okay, Mark. So Mark is the agent. Now, who is the receiver, or what is the receiver? Now, usually students think, oh, a receiver is a person, always. No, that's not the meaning. We have a doer of an action and a receiver. A receiver is his hat. His hat is the object. Okay? So agent is doer, object is receiver. Okay? Let's do the opposite. What is the opposite of take off? The opposite is put on. Put on. So Mark put on his hat. Same thing. Mark is the agent. His hat is the object. Okay. Let's do another example. The students are watching Mark on YouTube, right? The students are watching Mark on YouTube. What is the agent, right? So now, what is the doer? The students. Okay. Now, what is the object? Well, what is the verb? What is the verb? Well, the verb is watch, right? So, which person, or which thing is receiving the action? Well, the receiver, the object, is Mark. Okay? So, if we start a sentence with the doer, let me write this. If we start a sentence with the doer, okay, we use active voice. Okay, this is easy for you guys. But if we start a sentence, listen Paul, listen Rosa, here we go. If we start a sentence with the object, we use passive voice. Okay, so how do we use passive voice? Passive voice is actually really easy. Passive voice, we always need two things. Are you ready? Be and a past participle. Be and a past participle. Okay, example, Mark took off his hat. Is this the doer or the receiver? This is the doer. We don't use passive if we start the sentence with the doer. But if we start the sentence with the receiver, example, Mark's hat, we need passive. Okay, first thing, be. Now, be in the passive changes. We change be. Past participle, we cannot change. So, what do I mean it changes? Well, this sentence is in the past. So, Mark's hat was or Mark's hat were, right? Of course, Mark's hat was. So here's be, right? Mark's hat was. And then we have the past participle. The past participle of the main verb. What is the past participle of take off? Well, you guys probably know that. What is the past participle? Taken off. Easy, right? Now, guys, a lot of students think past participle. Look at the name. Past. They think this means it's always past. No. Look, example, Mark, let me turn off the bold here. Mark will take off his hat. Mark will take off his hat. Okay, Mark will take off his hat. Here's future, right? Well, if I want to do this, Mark's hat will, okay, we need passive. Now remember, passive, we need this. Be plus a past participle. So how do you say be after will? How do you say be with will? Well, easy. We don't say be was. No, we say will be. And the past participle, taken off. Look, here we use the past participle, but it doesn't have a past meaning. This has a future meaning. Okay, right now, guys, in the chat, please write, I want to see some examples of past participles. So here we have the example take, taken. What about eat? Well, eat, eaten. I want you guys to show me that you understand past participles. So right now, please, in the chat, please write the verb equals and then the past participle. Okay, the verb equals and the past participle. Example, go. What is the past participle? Gone. Okay, let me look at your questions. The hat was taken off by Mark. Good job, Paul. Good. Who's doers in passive voice, right? Okay, Yasin, no, it is not. It is not essential to talk about who the doer is in passive voice. We'll talk about that soon. Okay. Good, Paul. The hat will be taken off by Mark. Good. Okay, broke. Kaio, welcome back, buddy. Broke. No, not broke. Well, break, broken, right? Good. All right, blue guitar 77. Drink, drunk. Yeah. Drink, drunk. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so beat. Ooh, Selma, beat. Beaten. Good job. Yes. And guys, don't forget that most verbs, the past participle is just ed, right? Example, walk, walked, right? Or work, well, let's do this different one. Stop, stopped, right? So don't forget ed. Yes, and sometimes they're the same. Thank you, Selma. Cut, cut, right? Cut, cut. Or hit, hit. It's the same, right? English is crazy. Put, put. Come on, guys, let's see some more. Erdogan, right? Choose, right? Choose, chosen, yes. Zach, can you tell me if it's Paula or I think it's Paula. I'm going to call you Paula. Steal and stolen, yes. Good job. Right. Thank you, Rosa. Right, written. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go back to this. When do we use passive? Well, some people are asking me that in the chat. When do we use passive? We use passive, thanks Zach. We use passive when we start the sentence with the receiver. And what is this called? This is called the object of the verb. Okay. Somebody asked me, I think Yasin asked me, is it when we use passive, we don't focus on the doer. We don't focus on the doer. Okay? Example, Mark took off his hat. Whoa, hate? No. Okay. In this sentence, who is the doer? Well, of course, Mark is the doer. A normal passive sentence, we don't care about Mark. We don't say Mark. Okay, so example, his hat was taken off. We don't really care about the doer, right? What are some other reasons? What are some other reasons we don't what are some other reasons we use the passive, right? The doer, the agent. Well, maybe the agent is unknown, okay? Maybe the agent is, maybe we don't know the doer. Maybe we don't know the doer. Maybe the doer is not important, right? It's not important. Maybe the doer is clear. And maybe the doer just means people in general. Okay, so let's look at some examples of this. Don't worry, guys. Okay, my lunch is stolen. My lunch is stolen every day. My lunch is stolen every day. Okay, this is passive, right? So a passive sentence, we don't say the agent, okay? We don't say the agent usually. So who does the action? Who does the action of steal? Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know who steals my lunch, right? So example, someone steals my lunch every day. Someone steals my lunch every day. Well, here, I don't know who. I don't know the agent. I don't know the agent. So this sentence, it's very popular to say this. Okay, we don't know the agent. Rosa's question is, do we use passive in what was it? Do we use passive in written or spoken language? Rosa, we use passive in all English. It does. You're going to see passive in writing. People speak with the passive every day. I think in most languages, you know, it's you have to learn the passive. It's super important. It's you know, every kind of English we use it. Okay. Okay. So sometimes we use the passive because the agent is unknown. Let's look at the next example. Look at this sentence here, right? What's happening? What's happening to the sentence? What's happening in this picture? Well, the road is being repaired. The road is being repaired. Okay, so in this sentence, who is repairing? Who is repairing the road? Who is repairing the road? Well, we don't care. We don't care. It's not important. Okay, it's not important. Okay, we'll talk about how to make the present continuous and how to make modals very soon, guys. Repair. We don't care is not important. Who does the agent? Who does the action? Excuse me. So someone, or let's just write they, are repairing the road. Okay. We say this a lot in English if we don't care about who is doing it. We just say they, people, right? People, we'll just write people are repairing the road. Okay, so somebody asked me, who was it, about how do we use passive with present continuous? Well, here is an example. This sentence we're going to change because this one we don't care. It's not important. So we start the sentence with the object, the road. Now remember, passive, you always need be and a past participle. So what is the main verb here? What is the really important verb? Here is repair. So the past participle must be repair. So the road repaired, right? So we have the past participle, repaired. But what about be? What about be, right? The road is repaired. But this doesn't mean now. This doesn't mean now. If you want to say now, right now, we need to say this. The road is being repaired. The road is being repaired. Okay? We're going to talk more about the form in 2 minutes. All right. But right now, I just keep thinking about why do we use the passive? Why do we use it? The agent is not known. We don't know the agent. We don't care about the agent. The agent is not important. What are some other reasons, right? Well, sometimes the agent is clear. Look at this picture. What is this called? This is called arrest. The verb is arrest. Can you arrest me? No. Well, I don't know. Are you police? If you're police, you can arrest me. But most people are not police. So you can't do this action, right? So if I say arrest, the agent is always police, right? It's always police. So the agent is clear, right? Police arrested Mark. Well, of course, police arrested Mark. Of course, the agent is police. That's stupid. That's clear. We don't say that. We say this. Mark was arrested. Mark was. Be past participle. Okay, so sometimes the agent is unknown. Sometimes we don't care. And sometimes it's clear. And what's the last reason? Well, sometimes the agent means all people in general, right? All people in general, right? Like what do you mean, right? Example, flowers can be eaten. Well, some flowers, right? Some flowers. Some flowers can be eaten, right? Well, who eats it? People. Of course, people. It's all people. So sometimes the agent means all people. Okay? All right. Now, let's look at some form here. Present simple. We need to say am, is, are, plus a past participle. Okay? Okay, example, the wine is made in France. Present continuous, am, is, or are, plus being, plus a past participle. Okay, example, the road is being repaired, right? What about past? What about past? Well, we can just do this. Past simple, what do we say? Well, was or were. What about past continuous? Well, we say was or were plus being plus a past participle. Okay, example, when I got home last night, dinner, my wife was making dinner. My wife was making dinner. So dinner was or were. Okay, well, dinner was making, so we need being made, past participle. Okay, what about present perfect? What about present perfect? Right, well, we use have or has plus been plus a past participle. Example, somebody let's do this. Somebody has broken the window. Somebody has broken the window. We don't know the agent. So very common to say passive. The window has, okay, been, because passive, we always need be, and past participle, right? Broken. The window has been broken. What about past perfect? We can keep going, right? What about past perfect, right? Well, past perfect, we just use had been, right? So example, when I got home last night, my wife had already cooked dinner. Oh, thank you, right? Well, when I got home last night, dinner had already been, because you always need be, cooked. And last thing, let's talk about modals, right? Well, modals, you just say a modal plus be plus a past participle. Many students don't know what is a modal. Well, a modal is like can or will or should or would or must, right? Example, oh my God, I don't know, example, my classroom is so dirty, right? My classroom must be what? Be what? Cleaned. It must be cleaned. Yeah, good job, Paul. Good job, Rosa. Must, could. Okay, I think it's time for an exercise. Let's practice. Let's practice present continuous. Okay, present continuous. Describe what is happening in each of these photos. So, I mean, right now, what is happening, right? What is happening in these photos? Okay. Example: windows. What's happening? Well, let's choose one of these verbs. You don't have to use these verbs. They're just suggestions. Make, cut, paint, fix. You guys can use your own verbs, okay? What's happening right now? Okay, right now. Well, remember, right now we need am or is or are plus being plus a past participle. So what's happening right now? The windows are being what? Washed. Windows are being washed. So you guys in the chat, please type A. Windows are being washed. Example. Okay. B. Grass. What? Just decide your own verbs, okay? I'm going to disappear for about 2 minutes, and you guys please type your answers. A, da-da-da-da. B, da-da-da-da. Remember, just use your own ideas. Use your own ideas. Don't worry about the verbs from above. Okay, I will be back. Okay, guys, excellent job. I see a lot of good answers. Most of them are correct. Zaki, should passive be used in general? I don't understand the question, really. Should passive be used in, what do you mean, should it be used in general? Yeah, I don't understand your question. We use passive all the time. We use passive because we don't know the agent. The agent is clear, right? Or maybe we don't care about the agent. Or maybe the agent just means people, okay? So what's happening in B? Yes, grass is being cut. Good job, Rosa. Grass is being cut. Any other answers? Khalid Elamani, yes. Grass is being cut. Michelle, Paula, Michelle. The grass is being cut. Good job. Okay. C. Basil, how are you? Coffee is being served. Good job. Coffee is being served, or maybe coffee is being made. Ali, good job. Coffee is being made. Any other answers? Zura Zulkifi, hopefully that's correct. The coffee is being made. Good job, Zura. Okay, Romaisa, coffee is, don't forget is being. Good. D, music is being played. Okay, we have a Paul or Michelle. If you want to say listen, guys, remember you don't listen music. You don't listen music, you listen to music, right? So if I would say people are listening music, no, right? In English, we need to say people are listening to music. So if you want to change this to passive, because it just means people, right? Music is or are? Is being listened. We're not finished because look, whoops, we're not finished. So actually we need to say this. Music is being listened to. Music is being listened to, right? Let's do another example. Mark is talking about the passive voice. Okay, well, the passive voice is being talked about in Mark's class today. So you see here we have talked about, and we can finish the sentence like that if we want. Okay, Michelle or Paula? Okay, let's go back to the exercise. Music is being, what else? Music is being, let me find your answers here. Music is being played. Yes, Daniel, very good. Daniel Burrito dos Santos. Selma, music is being played. Kayo, the music is being played. Good job, guys. E, a house, I think a house is being painted, right? Being painted. What else do we have here? A house is being, somebody from Russia or Ukraine, remodeled. Interesting. I like that word. The house is being remodeled. Somebody wrote the house, or Basil wrote, the house is being repaired. Excellent. Good work. The house is being painted. Good job, Paul. Last one. What are they doing? What is this guy doing? All right. Well, a car is being. What did you guys write here? A car is being fixed. Fixed. Right? Good job, Daniel. A car is being fixed. Kayo, a car is being fixed. And guys, students always ask me, what's the difference fix and repair? They're the same. They're totally the same, okay? So don't worry about that. Okay, whoa, Lane's back. Lane, how you doing? Where have you been, buddy? Okay, number 2. Like I told you, we're going to do a lot of exercises. Urdojan, remember, turn on HD. HD, right? Because, yeah, the writing is not super clear if it's low quality. Okay, so we studied what's happening now. Now let's talk about what happens always. Always, right? Always, usually we use present simple, right? Always. And present simple passive is super easy. You just do am is, are plus a past participle. Okay? So what is this place? What is this place? Well, this is a school. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm really, really, really stupid. What's a school? Well, a school is where what? Now we're going to use passive. Is where children or students are taught. Do you understand this? A school is where teachers teach students. See, that's strange because teachers teach is stupid. Of course teachers teach. The agent is clear. It's clear. We don't need the agent, right? So we don't say teachers. We just say students, am, is, are. Okay, are. Students are. Teach, past participle is taught. Students are taught. Not teached, Khaled, not teached. It's taught. It's an irregular verb. So what is this place? I'm stupid. What is this place? Right? A movie theater is where what? You guys type your answers, okay? A movie theater is where what? Let's do this activity, okay? And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, guys, thank you for answering. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. So, that's okay. That's fine. But let's talk about the answers. Okay. Oh, Paul's watching 1080p. 1080p. Okay. Augustus, thank you for joining the class. Now, remember, guys, I talked about agent and I talked about object, and this is the problem. Students don't understand passive because they don't understand agent. Agent is the doer of the verb, of the action. Object is the receiver of the action, right? Now, Augustus, I'm going to use your sentence. I'm sorry, Augustus, but it's Augustus. Please understand, your mistake is so common. Many students make the same mistake. A movie theater is where, and then we have people are enjoyed. People are enjoyed. Okay. Now remember, we use passive if we start the sentence with the receiver, right? We don't use passive if we start the sentence with the doer. What's the verb? Enjoy. Enjoy is the verb. Who is the doer? The doer is people. So here we shouldn't use passive because we start the sentence with the doer. People, okay, how do we do this? People enjoy movies, right? First is the doer. Don't use passive. But I think, what are some other ones here? Okay, see, good answers, good answers, good answers, good answers, good answers. Okay, but what about passive? Movies, are, what's the action? Movies are enjoyed, or movies are watched. Understand? Here, we start with the receiver, so we use passive. Okay, do you understand why I talked about agent and doer? Let's continue. Okay, let's continue. A bank. What is a bank? A bank is where, right? Is where. Okay. What's the receiver? What's the receiver of the verb? Well, let's think about the doer. People keep, or save, or borrow, right? Or let's not use borrow. Money. Okay. A bank is where people keep or save money. Okay. What is the doer? People, right? What is the receiver? Money. If we want to start a sentence with the receiver, we use passive. Money is kept, or money is saved. Let's look at your answers. Basil, where a bank is where money is saved. Good job. Yo Mara, a bank is where money is kept. Be careful where, not we are, right? Where. A bank is where money is kept. Akira, Yojio-san, yes, good job. Okay. Yeah, a bank. Any more examples of a bank? No. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Bank, skip. Okay, a restaurant is where? Now, I saw a really funny one, and it's okay. I'm sorry. I don't know who this is. Who was it again? Right? Who was it again that wrote this very funny sentence? Okay. Oh, okay. It's the person from Russia. Oh gosh, what was your name again? I can't remember your name, I think, right? Look at this sentence. A restaurant is where People are eaten. Now, it's okay to make mistakes. You're not stupid. Okay? Many students maybe don't understand why this is a mistake. Okay? What does this mean? Whoa, okay. Well, passive, that means this is the receiver of the action. So this means somebody eats people. Somebody eats people. People is not the receiver. People is the doer. People do the action. So remember, if you're talking about the doer, don't use passive. This is the problem students have. Don't use passive. People eat, right? People eat what? What do they eat? They eat food, right? Okay, if you want to start with the receiver, food, use passive. Food is eaten. Understand what I mean? Guys, let's stop for a second. In your brain, I know this is the most important part. In your brain, you think of a noun. Okay? You think of a thing. Example, window. Right? And then you think of a verb. Let's write this. Verb. Wash. Okay. In your brain right now, you must decide the window, is it the doer or the receiver of the action? Here, can a window wash? Window, wash. Press a button. No, it can't. No. People wash a window. This is a receiver. This, in your brain right now, window, wash, ching, passive, right? The window was washed, or the window is washed every day, or the window is being washed right now, right? But if you're thinking, okay, my coworker Julian, right? Julian opened, right? Or let's do different examples. Julian stand, Julian stand, Julian stand. Who's the doer? Is Julian the doer or the receiver? Julian's the doer. So I don't need passive, right? Julian, example, Julian is standing. No passive, because Julian is the doer. The agent is the subject here. Let's go back to the exercise. A restaurant is where food is eaten. Diab, yes. People, people are eaten. I love that. We were laughing about that. Okay, let's go to the next one. E, this is called in English, this is called a laundromat. It's kind of a strange word, right? Laundromat. A laundromat is where people, if you say people, don't use passive because people are the doer, right? What's the receiver? What's the receiver? Of course, what's the action? The action is wash, right? So what's the receiver of wash? Laundry or dirty clothes, right? So Khalid Alamani, clothes are washed. Yes, right? Yo Mara, welcome back. Clothes are washed. Kayo, clothes are washed. Artur, welcome back, second week. Clothes are washed. Excellent, excellent. Last one. A stadium is where, okay, Basil. Okay, Basil, I'm gonna, your sentence is, okay. A stadium is where people, okay, people is a doer, right? What do people do? Watch sports. Okay, a stadium is where people watch sports. Okay, let's do another example. This is not passive, right? Because people is the doer. If I remove that, if I say sports, I need passive, right? So sports are watched. Okay. Ooh, Akira, a stadium is where concerts are, okay, what's the verb? Concerts receive what action? So this means, what do people do to concerts? What verb do people do? People, concerts. Well, concerts are performed, right? Or played. People play concerts, right? Or watched. People watch concerts. I like that, Akira. Very good. Kaio, you don't perform a match, right? You play a match. You play a game. You're using British English, right? In North America, we say game. In British English, they say match. Okay, so matches, it's where matches or games are played. Okay, films are watched. Oh, Augustus, you're talking, yes. Good job, Augustus. You're talking about the first one. Yeah, good. Excellent. Okay, guys, we're running out of time here. We're running out of time. Let's see if we could do a few of these. Let's do a few of these together, okay? And then we're gonna stop the class for today because we like to keep our classes to about 1 hour, 1 hour, 10 minutes or so. Okay, remember, we use passive when we don't know the agent, we don't know the doer. Maybe the doer is stupid, of course, right? Example here. Maybe the doer is it's not clear, or maybe the doer just means people. What's happening here, right? When I was on Main Street, I saw the police. I saw the police, right? The police, they were arresting someone, right? They were arresting. Well, remember I told you, arrest, only the police do this action. So here, of course, police is the agent, right? Change this to passive. Now, this one, be careful, this is continuous. So we need be, being, and a past participle. Someone be in the past. Someone was or were. Someone was or were. Someone was being arrested. Someone was being arrested. Here we understand the doer. We understand the doer is police, right? Okay, let's look at the next one. The food is so fresh at this restaurant. To give you an example, they, who is they? Who is they? Of course they is the restaurant workers. The agent, they, is stupid. Of course the workers at the restaurant. To give you an example, they baked this bread this morning. Bake means make bread. Okay, here the agent is clear. It's stupid, right? Of course, restaurant workers, right? So what could we say? This bread, right? We need be, so it's the past. The bread, oh, good job, Selma. The bread was baked just this morning. Excellent, Selma. Good job. Okay, let's look at the next one. I don't think you can buy any tickets for the concert. They, who's they? Well, the ticket people, right? Of course, it's who sells tickets, right? Well, the ticket company, right? So the agent is clear. We don't need it. We don't need to say they or the people. Just use passive. They have sold. This is present perfect. Remember, present perfect, we need have or has with been and a past participle. So what's the receiver? All of the tickets. Come on, guys, write your answers. Come on, Miguel, you need to use present perfect, okay? All of the tickets have been sold. All of the tickets have been sold. Okay, good job, Diab. Yes. Harsh Patel, don't change the grammar, right? This is present perfect, not past. You guys are changing it, right? Good job. Gosh, I forget your name. I'm sorry, you told us last week. Oh, I forgot your name. The guy from Russia whose name is in Russian. Artur, you changed it to the past. Guys, don't change it to the past, right? Yeah, look at Basil's answer. Okay, Zura, you changed it to the past, right? Paul, excellent, good job. Good job. Miguel, yes, yes, good. Okay, Miguel Angel Cruz, not had. No, had is past. Okay, when I took this photo, you were just a child. So it's my photo. Of course, I took the photo. I don't need to say I, right? I don't need to say I. Here, I is clear. So we don't need active. We can use passive, right? When what? When this photo, come on guys, type your answers. When this photo, this is past, so past we need was or were, was taken. You were just a child. Yes, Salma, good job. Artur, taken, not took, taken. Okay, let's do a couple more and then we'll finish. Okay, Paul, that's not passive, right? You were just a child when I took this. That's not passive, right? When I took this photo, when this photo was taken, right? Actually, maybe sometimes photo, we don't know who, we don't remember who took the photo, right? Maybe you don't remember who took the photo. So when this photo was taken, okay? Yes, Artur, good job. No, Erdogan, no. The photo had taken? No, that's past perfect. No had. The photo was be. Don't forget, passive, you need be. Always you need be. Oh, Miguel Sorbazo, you've already written the answer. E, before you try to sell the car, before you try to sell the car, of course you should clean it. It's your car. So we don't need passive. I don't care who cleans it. It's not important, right? The car should. How do we use passive with should? Well, should is a modal, so we just use be. Remember, two things. Be, past participle. Should be cleaned. Yes, Erdogan, good job. Good job, right? Let's do one more. Going, oh, be going to. Who is they? Well, I don't know, people. All right, I don't know, the people that own this land. They bought this land, so they, the people, I don't know. It's not important, right? They are going to build a parking lot. What's the verb? Build. What's the receiver? A parking lot, right? A parking lot. Okay, be going to. Be going. So, be going to. Last thing today. Be going to. We didn't talk about this before. But remember, passive, you need be and a past participle. So it's super easy. Just put this here, right? A parking lot is, yes, Miguel Sorbazo, good job, is going to be. What's the past participle for build? Is going to be built. Yes. Okay, one more. I lied. One more. Okay. They have painted the house yellow. Who is they? Well, the workers. It's not important. They. So what do we say? What do we say, right? The house, present perfect. Or Jojan, don't say had. Don't say had, guys. Present perfect. You need have or has. Okay? The house have or the house has? Which one? Of course, the house has. Right? Yes, the house has. Miguel Sorbazo, what happened? The house have? No, the house, it's a common mistake. Don't worry. But the house is one. So has, and present perfect. Passive. You need have or has plus been plus a past participle. So the house has been painted yellow. Whew. I think we should stop there today. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you still don't understand, join our Facebook group, Lane or Zach, or maybe I can do it right now. I'll do it right now in the chat. www.facebook.com/groups/ LEOF group. There you go. I just typed it in the chat. And if you're watching this, after the live class, yeah, I just remembered that, but LEOF group, Learn English on Facebook. You can ask us questions and you can learn more about when we will do these live classes. But guys, we do these live classes every Wednesday, right? My class is at 9 a.m. and my class is maybe an easier class. Whoa, I can't type now suddenly. Okay, but 3 p.m. is with the director of this school, Sean. Amazing, amazing, amazing teacher. And his classes are a little higher, okay, 3 p.m. But we do this every Wednesday. Tell your friends, tell everybody you know. We need you to help us grow. So that is it, guys. Join the Facebook group, ask us questions there. Otherwise, see you today at 3 p.m. in Sean's class or next week in my class. And we're going to talk about, remember, we're going to talk about gerunds next week. Ooh, gerunds, fun. Okay, see you later.